Hello, and welcome to the final episode of our miniseries, Creating a Life You Love, on Loving Me, Myself, and Life, with me, Jody Misiak. And I am feeling all the emotions with you right now. We've come so far together. We have laid a foundation, rediscovered dreams maybe that were hiding for a very long time, released what no longer served you, and took action. Today, we celebrate and we focus more on joy and how did we make it sustainable. Authenticity is the beautiful result of all this work. When you live true to yourself, joy becomes your normal. I used to hide parts of me to fit in. Now, I show up fully, for real, like fully. And the right people and opportunities find me. Friends that have the same or similar beliefs and values are connected. It's so beautiful and flowy. I have never felt so much at home, so far away from where I grew up, a new home. Sustaining joy means creating systems that support your self-love daily. Habits, community, gratitude, flexibility when life shifts. Because let's get real for a minute. Life shifts and things blow up in our face and challenges pop up when we least expect them. But it's having those systems in place to help you when life gets challenging, because it will at times. But it's having that self-love foundation, like we talked about in episode 1, to really ground you when life gets rocky or, hurricane like. It's all been there. I've been there myself, and it still happens to me. But it's having those beautiful things in place to help you move through it a little bit more gracefully and with a little bit more love. So today we're going to talk about your plan for joy. How do you keep it sustainable? So there's 3 pillars here. The daily anchor. So a self-love practice. I've talked about this a lot because I do believe in a self-love practice. Mine used to be overly complicated until I realized overcomplicated doesn't work for me and I need to simplify. So what are small little things I do every day for me? So that's something you need to ask yourself. So for me, I always start my morning with a glass of water with a lemon slice in it. A warm glass of lemon water, really, if I'm going to be detailed here. Always. Before I have my coffee or eat or anything else. It's always that. And it's those little moments. They don't have to be big. I always make the bed. It's those I'm starting my day. I also have other ones too, like yoga and meditation, but I don't want to overcomplicate your plan right now. I'm just sharing a few little things that you can incorporate. Okay, so it's daily anchor, your self-love practice. And then a weekly check-in to review what's working. What is working, what's not. I've played around with this for a long time. I used to have a huge, complicated list of things I try to do in my morning. If you need to write it down and you can't remember it, it's too complicated, at least for me. So it's simplify and keeping it on point for you, because what works for me might not work for you. And that's okay. It's finding what works for you. So it's playing around with it. Get excited. Think of it more like an experiment. What do you need in your self-love practice? And then a monthly celebration. So acknowledging your growth. So I actually have it in my calendar. And every last Friday of the month, or sometimes if I'm busy, I'll move it to the next one. I sit down and I review. I call it my personal check-in. And it's to celebrate your wins and acknowledge how far you've come. So here's the thing. I've shared over and over a lot. But the thing is, I've transferred my life. If I look at myself from almost 20 years ago when it all began in 2008, where my real year of growth happened, I am not that same person. I used to have so many negative thoughts and I didn't believe in myself at all. I thought I was stupid and I was never going to be smart enough. And there was just so much going on. And even after all that transformation, I still have hard days. Days where I am beating myself up, or I hear that inner critic saying I'm not smart enough. Who am I to do this? But now I lean into self-love instead of self-doubt. Or when I catch my self-doubt, I know it's there. I'm like, oh. So sometimes I have a hard day, but they don't usually last more than that. But if you look at my life in 2008 or earlier, or even in the middle there, they might have taken me a lot longer to jump and bounce back. Or, quietly hate my life and myself. Now, when I'm having a hard day, I'll let my husband know and I'll share and be like, I need support. I need love. Because sometimes I don't feel very lovable. But it's knowing that sometimes those are the days you need to lean on others. And then little by little, the more you do these little beautiful practices and use these tools, the more you'll bounce back sooner. So you don't have to have that inner critic, screaming at you 24/7 all the time. You'll be like, look, I hear you, but I'm not listening to you today. And that's how you build sustainability. You create self-love as a habit. Now, I know self-love is so much more than that. And we use this word so interchangeably with everything, and it seems so simple. But self-love equals just doing daily tasks to show yourself love. We could just say love yourself, right? So it's doing little daily things to remember your true worth, that you matter, that you're awesome. So it's really, like I said in the first episode, rebuilding that foundation, or at least starting out with a foundation of self-love. When you realize that it's not this fluffy word of, simplicity, and then it's deep meaning of loving yourself like you would your husband, your child, with unconditional love, but realizing that you have history with yourself, that sometimes you have to, it's almost like going through counseling, couples counseling, but with yourself. And you don't really need to go to counseling for yourself, but it's almost like that, where you're having a conversation with yourself and giving yourself a hug for all those years that maybe you were too busy, or that you helped so many other people that you kind of left your dreams on the sideline. And it's not about guilt or shame or blame. It's just acknowledging that maybe you've put yourself last for so long. And with little steps, build little habits in to really give yourself that love again. I really hope I didn't go too much on a tangent here, and that makes sense to you. And know that when you have a hard day, it doesn't mean that you're failing here on your personal self-love journey. It means that you've realized, oh, okay, I'm having a hard day. What can I do today to make a change or shift this just even a bit? It doesn't have to be going from bad to great. It could be bad to okay, it's a little bit better. Life is going to have its ups and downs. And I really wish somebody would have told me that on my journey. That's, these stumbling blocks or these, things are going to happen, but that's how we learn more about ourselves. It's not about failure. You didn't fail. You're learning. You're learning more about yourself, your needs, your wants, and your desires. So I want you to look back at where you started at the beginning of the series. How are you feeling before you press play on episode 1? What's shifted? Celebrate it out loud. You did the work. And if you missed a week, that's okay. Go back. It's all good. Life happens. You've been beating yourself up for so long. And I know this because I've done the same thing. We don't need to beat up ourselves any longer. We need to go, oops, I fell. Get back up, dust yourself off, and be like, how can I do this differently? It's okay. Mistakes happen. Falling down happens. Getting lost on your path happens. getting overwhelmed, frustrated, angry. All of it happens. But it's what you do with it that changes everything. This isn't the end. It's your new beginning. I'm so excited for you. The life you love is yours to keep creating. You've created a foundation. You're letting go of things that no longer serve you. You're rediscovering your dreams. You're taking small steps. You're taking action. Nice little steps forward toward the life you want. You're creating that life for yourself right now. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful journey. I hope you've had as much fun as I have and got as excited as I have, or at least a little bit. If these episodes have moved you, please subscribe, tell your friends, and head over to jodymisiak.com right now for your free self-love masterclass. And I also have a BU community room that's absolutely free to join. We are stronger together. This is where we can reclaim our dreams and discover our voice and lay the groundwork for self-love. And if you want more, if you're like, oh my goodness, I don't want this to end, I want to keep going. Maybe you've already done the free self-love masterclass and you're a part of the BU community room. Check out A Course in Self-Love. Again, it's on my website at jodymisiak.com. It's literally the foundation, all the steps I used to get me to a more loving place with myself. And I've created it into bite-sized pieces that you can do on your time. It's all self-paced and online, so you can take it at your own speed and fit it into your life. You've created space for a life you love. Now live it fully. I believe in you. This is Jody. Love yourself fiercely, always. Take care. Bye for now, and keep creating the life you deserve.